So today there was a gathering of white men to talk about their experience of being in a white male body in the United States. How does racism play out in our lives? How does it play out in the interactions that we have with people, whether it's romantic relationships or social relationships? White men hold so much social privilege, and very few have an opportunity to actually talk about that. You know, we started off in the circle sharing about what is our experiences growing up. What was the context and the conversation of race? What was the context and conversation about whiteness? And there was no conversation about race. It was either subtle commentary or we don't talk about that's impolite to talk about. And so when you meet people who are white, who when you talk about race, they get defensive or very uncomfortable. This to me is an opening up of deepening into the possibility of talking about it. I think that the impact of racism and white supremacy on the white body has to be uncovered and dealt with for us to truly live in integrity with who we are. I think white supremacy and the ways that white bodies had to somehow normalize it in ourselves was a way that we gave up our humanity in order to get privilege. And to get back to our humanity means we have to face into it. And you can't be in an experience of dehumanizing and harming another without having that impact you as well. And so being in a group with white men, having them have the opportunity to really share from their personal experience, feel the emotion inside of themselves, when we find that connection, when we find that opening, that's when we start shedding these old stories. And I truly believe that when we feel that sense of being heard, when we feel that sense of like, I see you, and even in my seeing you, I see that that behavior you did was wrong, let's break it down. Because you may not know that from your own, your own upbringing. You may have been told or thought that that was okay because you were in this particular cultural construct. Being a white male in society in the United States really gives you it tells you to take emotions out of it, really to live from the neck up, to only experience things through your mind and not actually feel. When we just live in a culture of the shaming and the calling out culture of like, you did this, you're wrong, it shuts our ability to actually be held accountable in a way that we're gonna open up to change.